Welcome everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you to today's Modern Sales Mastery Show. As usual, I am Felipe Gonzalez, your event host for today and social media coordinator here at Vengreso. I would like to welcome you to this week's very special episode. We will have a live workshop about our productivity tool, FlyMSG. Remember to please let us know where you're tuning in from in the comment section below. Now, without further ado, let's get this show going. Let me introduce to you your show host for today. He spent 96 consecutive quarters in B2B sales and leadership. In 2021, he earned the #1 spot in the top 10 most influential business leaders by Beyond Magazine and was selected as one of the top 20 sales influencers invited to appear in the Salesforce.com documentary film, The Story of Sales. He is also the host of the popular Modern Selling podcast. He is the one and only CEO and founder of Vengreso. Help me welcome Mario Martinez Jr.
Felipe Gonzalez, I am so excited to be here with you guys today. Can you hear me? Can I get an audio check? Mic check, please.
Perfect.
Sounds awesome. Well, hey, everyone out there. Excited to be with you guys here today. I'm Mario Martinez, as Felipe said, CEO and founder of Vengreso. And we've got an awesome packed day for you today in the next 30 minutes. We're going to take some time to help you learn how to use an amazing tool that was originally designed for the sales community, but has proven to be used by at least 65% of all of our users across all of professional business workers and knowledge workers today. So if you're joining and you're not in sales, you're in the right spot. If you're joining and you're in sales, you're in the right spot as well. So today, I want to spend some time talking to you a little bit about how to save 1 hour a day, how to be able to save 1 hour a day. And the first things first is right there on your tickler, you should see something pop up, flymsg.io. Now, if you're joining us and you're not a FlyMSG user, that's okay. What I want you to do is I want you to go to your browser and type in flymsg.io. It'll take you to our landing page, and from there, you'll be able to bounce out. Or what Felipe will do is he'll push out the actual link to get to the Crm extension as well, and make sure you get that. So if you're actually following us on one of the channels, maybe it's YouTube, maybe it's Facebook, maybe it's Twitter, wherever those channels are, flymsg.io, super simple. Click on install it now or download it now, and it's free. Yes, it's a free productivity tool and messaging tool. And our goal here at Vengreso, when we originally launched FlyMSG, was to provide something to the sales community that would help them with their messaging that they use in a repeatable format. And what we figured out very quickly was that it was more than just a sales functional tool. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, 65% of all of our users, and we grew about 3,300% in the first year with FlyMSG, 65% are non-sales users. So maybe you're familiar with taking, for example, tools like OneNote, Evernote, Notepad, Notebook, Google Docs, a draft email, or any of the other items that are out there that you could actually store repeatable emails. Or maybe you've done this. Ever gone back to an email that you sent to John, Susie, or Billy, copied it and pasted and changed the name and reused that over and over again? Well, here you go. We're going to be able to help solve those particular problems as well. Our goal is to help give back at least an hour's worth of time on a daily basis in using repeatable based messaging and messaging that works. So many different use cases, from the customer success for implementation and onboarding, to customer support, which is using FlyMSG to answer repeatable FAQs, to sales. Maybe you don't have one of those amazing, cool sales cadence tools like SalesLoft, Outreach, VanillaSoft, or any of the other ones alike. And you are focused on prospecting, and you want to figure out what type of message would work on LinkedIn, as an example. What type of message should you use on email, as an example, and store those and reuse them over and over and over again. We're going to show you how to do that as well. In addition, software developers. Some of you guys are out there, you're developers, you're HR, recruiting, and those that are in HR and recruiting, you're using repeatable messages all the time in your recruitment process. You're also using it for onboarding new employees or possibly offboarding as well. So there's some amazing use cases there. And in software development, hey, our development team is using it as well. Generally speaking, there's opportunities where you're going to actually use repeatable code. And you might take that code and put it in as a fly cut or as a snippet, if you would, and utilize that over and over again. So you might be saying, I'm not really sure what you mean, especially if you're a new user. Well, I'm going to show you today first the what it does, and then I'm going to show you some best practices around how to get the most out of FlyMSG. So make sure that you install the free Crm extension from flymsg.io. That's flymsg.io, and it'll take you to the right spot. So Felipe, I'm going to share my screen here, and I want to first show the what, and then show all the tips and tricks. So tell me if you can please, Mr. Felipe, see my screen. And we're going to do an entire window right here. And right now you should be seeing my email. Felipe, can you see the email? Felipe, is that a yes? Yes, yes, you can see it. Now you have the infinite loop. Felipe, I'm hoping you can see it. I don't hear you. I don't see you chatting to me. I'm hoping that you can see it. All right. So with that in mind, we should be able to see it. And right now you should be looking at my email. So anywhere on the web, you should be able to utilize FlyMSG. Now I want you to think about a specific use case. Pretend that you need to send your Zoom link, as an example, to be able to meet with somebody. Pretend you want to send your meeting link to be able to schedule a meeting, or pretend you want to send something to finance. So I'm going to show you a couple of really amazing use cases that you can utilize FlyMSG for, and let's show you the what it does first. Then we'll show you how to make the most out of it so that you can save time into your schedule. Now, on the screen right now, I'm just going to type the word book a meeting, and watch what happens. Here we go. Book a meeting, and voila. It automatically builds out this particular message that I can easily just hit send and go. Now, I'm also going to do that. I'm going to bounce over to LinkedIn, and I'm looking at the amazing, the awesome, my fellow co-founder, Vivica von Rosen, and I'm clicking on the messaging button here. And we've got inside of here, I'm going to type in book a meeting. And right in, oops, I hit the enter button, and then I'm going to hit the send button if I can find it, because this is blocking it. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I can't move this. There we go. And I hit the send button, and voila, there you go. We've got that send button that is now just been sent. And now you can see that same message right there. To make life easy, I placed my entire calendar online right inside there. So this is how it can be used. Another example might be, I'm going to say dash TF. And it automatically puts in that's fly as an example. So using FlyMSG and Vivica right now, hopefully she's going to reply. She's watching the live stream, and there she is. She's typing something back. Let's see if she gives me something back. Sure, now. So you can see that Vivica is engaging for this live demo. Thank you so much, Vivi. I appreciate that. You're the best. Let me just type that in. Hi, everyone. There you go. It is live, and she's seeing it go right now. So those are the use cases. But now the question is Well, where else can I use it at? Well, you can use it on places like Dropbox, Facebook, Twitter. You could use it on Salesforce. For example, maybe you want to do things like LVM, left voicemail, and you want to build out those little short codes, we call it, or snippets. We call them fly cuts. That's what we call them, fly cuts. So there's many different ways that you can utilize this. And from a use case perspective, I'll show you one more, especially if you're a business owner. So as an example, when I usually get something in from anywhere that comes in from a finance or legal perspective, and I need finance to take care of it, I've got a message that is -FlyMSG. And what do you know? Finance, please file this document. It's already built out. So that's a great example right inside of there. I also have from a marketing standpoint, let's talk about some marketing standpoints here. So I'm going to, as an example, build out a message for join my podcast as an example, or a podcast follow-up. Let's just say I've hosted somebody on my podcast, and now I want to send them a thank you. Immediately after I'm done, I'm just going to put in podcast, FU. And I accidentally hit the keyboard right there. My mistake. Sorry about that. And as you can see, this has been built out right inside there, and you can see the entire message is right there. So these are many different examples of how you can save time. That is the goal, and be able to use messages to engage with your target buyer. So let's take a look and go into FlyMSG and use that as a way to be able to do engagement. So we're looking at FlyMSG right now. Let's take a look at the flyboard. We're in the flyboard. Inside your flyboard is where you can do things like add a fly cut. You can manage your categories. You can see how many fly cuts you've created and how many fly plates that you've added from our general library. In addition, you've got 7 different tutorials right up here. And there's a little scroll bar right up here. You can click that button and it's going to scroll all the way through to 7 different tutorials. It's about 25 minutes, 30 minutes worth of content inside there. And I really want to encourage you to be able to watch that particular content. And in addition to that, if you scroll down, you've got the latest fly cuts that you may have added right inside there. A really cool feature that's coming down the pipe will be talked about soon, and it has to do with something called search. Yeah, that's right. All right, what are fly plates? Fly plates are as simple as what we call templates. Right inside of here, we've got already predefined templates specifically for the sales use case. Now, really, really cool. In the next 30 days, you're going to see us launch hundreds of new templates that you'll be able to choose from so that you can actually load it into your fly cuts. Load it into your fly cuts. What do I mean by that? Well, let's go to our general category, and let's pretend I want to use the general category that automatically converts things right inside of right onto my email or my LinkedIn. So I'm going to find one that I haven't used before. So let's just use this one. Here we go. So let's just say I want my first name and my last name to be expanded text. All I have to do is click Add to Fly Cuts. Now, when I click this Add to Fly Cuts right here, I can pick the category right inside of here. New feature alert, telling you now, you'll be able to actually add new categories right from here, as well as have the ability to have subcategories as well. Very similar to how Gmail works today. So new feature alert that's coming down the pipe. So you want to select one, drop it inside there, click Save, and you can borrow from our fly plate library and bring it into your fly cuts right inside there. Now, let's just pretend that you actually made a mistake and you changed something as part of the template and you're like, man, I really, really wish I could go back to the original. Well, all you have to do is go back to one of the originals here, and I'm just going to find that. And let's just say you want the original content pushed back into your fly cut. Don't worry, we can do that too. You come back here, you made a mistake, you've changed the messaging far too much and you don't remember the original, you can always push it right back into your fly cut, and we'll override the content that you've got into your fly cut, okay? So don't hit this nuke button right here too quickly. You want to make sure that you're doing the right thing at the right time. The best part about FlyMSG is as you actually make changes, and I'm going to go over here to my fly cuts. So let me minimize this. As I go into my fly cuts, I actually have the ability to be able to see real time when something is actually being changed. So I want you to watch this little white space right down over here where my mouse is at, and I'm just going to type in some letters, and you will see that it's saving the changes automatically. So everything automatically changes and saves back into the backend server, okay? So use cases, Maybe your marketing department has sent you from something sales messaging. Maybe your customer success organization has built standardized onboarding messages. Maybe you've got frequently asked questions from customer service that you utilize over and over and over again. Well, you can create these fly cuts along with a title that helps you find it and reminds you of what it is, especially since we don't have it all the way built out. You just see that first line of the actual fly message, yeah? So you can build these titles to help you remember what it is. And with that in mind, you can now actually take all those items and put it all up into the cloud. And anywhere you go that you're signed into Chrome on any computer, you can now utilize them across any different particular website. So HubSpot, Salesforce, maybe you're on HubSpot Marketing Cloud and you want to put something into an actual message that you would utilize. Maybe it's actually your HubSpot Sales Cloud and you're trying to build a template, or maybe you're just trying to put some notes in. Or maybe you're in the Service Cloud as an example, and you're doing service and support. Well, you can build these types of fly cuts all directly in there as well. Also, you can do this on Salesforce. You can do this on Dropbox. You can do this on Ignite. You can do this through Box. You can do this on VanillaSoft. You can do this on, you get the idea. Even Google Sheets is available for you to be able to leverage your fly cuts as well. All right. So that should help you understand the power there. Now, I want to show you one more thing, and I'm just going to use this message here called 5-star. Right inside of here, there's a cool little feature that you may not have even known. And I want to be able to make sure that you understand that what you can do here. So I'm just going to hit the enter button twice, and I'm going to go out right over here to the web. And you can see I'm looking at an actual blog article right here on our sales engagement blog article. I'm going to take this item right here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to copy the image. Here you go. Copy the image. Now I'll come back to my fly cut and I'm just going to hit Control V for paste. And voila, right inside of there, you will see that I've got this, this image now embedded inside here. So that's the cool part. Now let's test it out. The fly cut is -5-star. Yeah, right there. So I can come up here to my testing and I have what's called simple text and rich text. Simple text and rich text. If I'm on simple text, those are applications like LinkedIn. Rich text would be things like Gmail, as an example. And yes, FlyMSG is smart enough to know what to use where for the most part, but you can help us make it smarter by letting us know if something doesn't work. And all you have to do is come over here up to the upper right-hand corner and you can actually request help. When you submit your information, make sure you give us all the details in case there's a site that doesn't work right. All right, so now I'm going to use the fly cut -5-star. Watch what happens. We know that the image is right inside there. All right. So we're going to use this on, say, LinkedIn. Here we go. -5-star. And right inside there, you'll see that there's no image. Whoa, what happened to the image? Well, here's what we did. This image has been automatically converted into a URL. Don't believe me? Watch this. I'll come over here, drop it right there, hit the enter button, and bada bing, bada boom. We're storing this for you guys so that you can utilize that and still have a link that people can see the image that you're wanting to share. But what if we used it on, as an example, in Gmail? So I'm going to test it out over here, and I'm going to use the -5-star as my fly cut, -5-star. And bada bing, bada boom. You've got it inside there, and the picture shows along with the URLs. So a really, really, really cool feature that is available inside of FlyCut that most people don't know. And you might be asking, hey, can I embed videos from Hippo Video or OneMob or Loom or any other video platform? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. You can embed those videos inside there. So think about adding some rich content into your FlyCut. I'm going to delete this here on the actual FlyCut because I don't want to mess it up and have that picture showing inside there. A couple other features that I want to make sure that you know about that are currently free. Notice what I said, currently free. All right, what do I mean by that? Well, here's something that you should take note of. Let's just say I want to hyperlink this word advanced to the FlyMSG page right here. I'm going to copy that URL. I'm going to come up over here and I'm going to insert a link. I'm going to paste that particular link right inside there. I want it to open in a new window and I click save. And what do you know? It's already now hyperlinked inside there. Let's test it out. So I'm going to come up over here And I'm going to delete out all of this right inside there. This is for rich text, dash 5-star. And what do you know? The word advanced is now hyperlinked inside there, right? So that's the great news there. It is actually hyperlinked. And if I want to break that hyperlink, I just come over here, I click this button, and I can delete it out. Or there's also another function which allows me to delete that as well by right-clicking. There it goes away. All right, so those are some of the best practices behind fly cuts. How should you manage your fly cuts? All right, here you go. Feature alert coming to a theater near you. We will be creating the ability to have categories and subcategories. Categories and subcategories. Now, this categories and subcategories has been requested by many of you, and this will be obviously a premium feature as well. So think of organizing your content into different types of categories. For example, the future of what it looks like in our side of our fly plates, instead of it saying general connection request, trigger events, cold outreach, it's going to say sales, then it'll say HR, then it'll say marketing, then it might say something else. And underneath each one of these folders will be a subcategory. And that subcategory will allow you to be able to take the sales folder and say prospecting messages, thank you, or customer messages, onboarding messages, those types of things that you can actually build some subcategories in for some standardized messaging, okay? Now, many of sellers utilize this for especially prospecting and engagement with customers. Many customer service folks use this for FAQs. Many customer success folks are utilizing the platform when it comes to frequently asked questions, as an example. Those inside of engineering are utilizing this to be able to send out information that they need from, say, their sales organization, or for, say, departments on a new order, a new request, a new design, a new something. So think about managing your fly cuts in that particular way. I also get the question a lot. How do you decide how to construct your actual fly cuts right inside of here? Some people actually utilize this, the backslash, and then whatever word is going to trigger their memory. Some people use the dash. It is, either one is okay. Whatever is going to help you remember the fly cut, hallelujah, go for it. You can use dash, you can use slash, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you don't utilize things like the word address, because the moment that you type out address, it's going to type out your actual long or short fly cut that you made. So always use the dash or the slash inside there as a best practice, all right? Also, if you want to learn how to build categories, you can do it off the flyboard, or you can do it straight from down over here and add a category directly from here, and you can go inside there and create a new category and save it and call it a day. And now you can see that you've got a bunch of items inside of your fly cuts there. So really cool stuff that's coming down the pipe. Let's talk a little bit about those items as well. Make sure as well that what you're doing right now, especially if you're brand new, is install the FlyMSG. It's totally free. Some really cool stuff coming down the pipe. So let's go over to that, and we should be able to see some FlyMSG product updates. All right, here we go. So I'm going to launch to you guys what are some of the new cool things that are coming down the pipe that are going to be free for now. Free for now. What are they? Well, guess what? You've been asking, all of the users, thousands of users that we've got have been asking, hey, can you help me with the search bar across all the pages so that I can search very easily without having to scroll all the way down and figure out which one I'm looking for, as an example. In addition, we're going to be building out the fly plate templates, messages for HR, for recruiting, for customer success, for sales, and hundreds of other fly plates will be built inside of the actual template library. That's forthcoming in the next 30 days. Ability to add subcategories. I told you about that just a little bit ago. That's really cool. We're looking at fly perks. What the heck is fly perks? Something I totally didn't talk about, and I'm very excited about that. That'll be added as a module on the left-hand side of the screen. So let me show you what I mean. Right over here underneath fly cuts, we'll have a fly perks. What are fly perks? Places that you can go to buy tools and technology that will allow you to be able to do your job better. For example, how would you like a 20% discount off of Dropbox for your personal use, as an example? So those are just some examples of things that we'll have inside of fly perks. that we're working out right now, and that's going to be launched, and it'll get bigger and bigger and bigger over the course of time. And this can be applicable for the individual, the corporate individual, such as anybody who's joining. And I see there's a ton of people that are joining from corporate offices. Maybe you want to use Grammarly. Maybe you want to use Dropbox personally. Maybe you want to use something else, Linguist as an example. So we'll have those things inside there. Or maybe you're a business owner and you need access to QuickBooks. You need access to Linguist as an example. Or you're going to be buying Gmail. We'll be building out all those Fly perks so that you can actually get all of those discounts for different types of tools. And sales technology tools will be inside there. Business owner tools will be inside there. And that's what Fly Perks is coming in. And we'll continue to make that much bigger as we go along. So Fly Perks, look forward to that. A lot of you guys have been asking for this, token validation. Hey, when we build our scripts out, we actually put in the words like first name. So all you have to do is double click and then change the name. Well, we'll be actually adding in some token validation inside there so that it forces you, when you've got a first name token, if you don't have it linked to a database or an infrastructure, then you'll be able to actually be prompted to say, hey, make sure you change the name from first name to Mario. So this way you don't send a message that says, hey, first name. So that's really cool, and we're looking at that. One that is on the top of my radar screen and that I've been asking for the last year, and that is LinkedIn integration. Well, today it works. You can use the fly cuts exactly as I showed you on a moment ago on messaging, on Sales Navigator. You can use it absolutely there. But wouldn't it be nice for you to have an icon there in your messaging so that maybe you've got hundreds of messages. You can click on that icon, it pops up your messages, you select the message you want, and boom, it inserts it in with, guess what? First name. So that's what we're looking to do. It's already tried, true, and proven, and we've seen it before. There's other apps that are out there. We're building that as we speak, and it's really, really, really cool. So you'll be able to have your whole entire FlyMSG library all within LinkedIn so that you can utilize it to engage with your buyers, as an example. And then we're looking at CRM integration. CRM integration, you say, what? That's what I'm saying. Say what? Yes. We'll be looking at building into, as an example, HubSpot and Salesforce so that you can actually build these template libraries with token validation. When you go to use it within Gmail, as an example, it pulls in the person's first name and or any other tokens that are available for us to be able to pull from. So that is forthcoming as well. And we'll also be looking at Fly Sync. Now, this says 120 days. It probably should say more like 180 days. What do I mean by Fly Sync? Well, today we utilize third-party tools to synchronize our LinkedIn messages and our Sales Navigator messages back into our CRM, in our case, HubSpot. Many use it for Salesforce. If you're a business owner out there and you want to be able to take all that information and build workflows around those messages on LinkedIn right into HubSpot, we'll be able to do that as well. And that's really, really exciting on what's coming. And then our Modern Sales Mastery, the whole entire training program of what we have today that you guys are utilizing to be able to help you sell more today, that will be available approximately 180 days. We're bringing all that training content right onto FlyMSG. What do I mean by that? We'll have a Fly Learning module right inside here. And of course, all of these features, plus all the ones I talked about today, you have access. As we launch them, you'll have access for them for free. Use them for free, but they will be transitioned over to paid for services eventually down the road, some of these things, some of these items. So what's the message that I want to leave you guys? The message I want to leave you guys is leverage what's free now. Get up there and start utilizing it. You're going to have a great time. And some of the plans that we're launching are less than $5 a month. So you'll be able to utilize a lot of these features that we're talking about inside of FlyMSG. So really exciting guys. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. And I know there's some questions out there in the Q&A. So Felipe, why don't we bring on the Q&A and or what questions people might have? All right, I got a question inside here on when LinkedIn integration will be available. When will it be available? The answer to that is we're looking at about 90 days out for LinkedIn integration, where actually it'll take the templates. You can use it today. It'll take the templates and it'll actually pull the full first name of the person that you're trying to send it to using token validation. So that's a really good question. Thanks for asking. And then I got one more question here that's coming in, and that is around CRM integration for LinkedIn Sales Navigator. and you're asking when will that be available, we're probably about 120 days to 180 days out before we have that. What will be prioritized is the next question in terms of CRMs. Likely we'll be working on HubSpot and then Salesforce, and then they go down from there, Pipedrive and those other types of things. Will we be able to search by keywords? Another great question. Thank you, Mr. Robinson. That's another great question on will you be able to search by keywords? Yes, that is forthcoming in the next 30 days. You'll have a search bar at the top of all of your pages within FlyMSG to make it super easy. And then when we build an integration into Gmail as well as into LinkedIn, you'll be able to use that search feature as well in the templates library. So pretty exciting on what is forthcoming. So with that in mind, hey, I only have 30 minutes with you guys. There's a ton of questions coming in, so feel free to go ahead and use that help button inside of FlyMSG. Make sure you download right now flymsg.io or install the free Chrome extension right now and get out there and use it. Felipe, roll that video and take it back.